So I do have a vision, I guess, for you today and what we're going to do today, and that's to understand the 3 C's of self-esteem. When you're done today, you're going to understand those. You're going to understand what they are and how they work, and I hope that I can give you some insight into how they work for me and how I put them into use. Because I think it's extremely important that you understand what they are. You got to make them capable. Number one, as your skills and drills come in, that's why you're here. You're going to learn some things to make these kids capable. You got to make them. You got to get them to contribute. Rick mentioned on that, but they got to be contributing members, and you can only contribute unless you participate. And I don't care what level you're working at, whether it's professional level or it's major, junior, or it's tier 2, or right down to the atom level or in the beginning. They got to participate, or they're just not going to be with you. Okay, and then you got to get them to connect. And how do you do that? And that's one of the real tough parts. And it's the thing that took me a long time to do, and this is where my working with these kids who have difficulty coping in a regular setting really came in. So I feel real good about that, and I get this opportunity to share with you the 3 C's of self-esteem. Get to apply some discipline strategy. There's another thing I really learned. I went to courses on how do you apply discipline. What's the difference between consequences and punishment? Because punishment, boy, it causes a lot of things. I work with those kids, and they know what punishment is. They know what being isolated is. I tell you, I see them. They just say, yeah, you can't hurt me enough. What are you going to do to me? I've been hurt. And I said to myself, geez, well, how can I get these guys to comply? So it can't be punishment. Punishment's not going to work for these guys. They already resent all kinds of things. They think adults aren't fair. They already do that. They're already revengeful, trying to get even. Somebody hurt me, I got to hurt back. And I got to hurt back just as, and you know how it works. You can never hurt back as much as somebody hurts you. They're always in a one-upmanship. So that's kind of how it works. So I didn't want that to happen. They're already into being rebellious. So I thought to myself, geez, that punishment doesn't work, so I need some other way to do it. And it's called natural and logical consequences, and we'll talk about how you do that and how you set it up for your hockey team and how it works. Because when I started doing it, all of a sudden, I don't have any problems. Kids started doing what I asked them to do. And they believed that it was the right way to do it, so it's really important. We want to provide practical methods for applying the principles of self-esteem to the coaching situation. So I'm here to give you some insights into how you do things. And I tested all these things, and I think I have a good handle on it. But, of course, you have to decide for yourself if you think that these things are important and that they'll work for you. Anyway, that's kind of where we're going, because you got to know where you're going, so you can, like Rick says, see where you're going and how you're going to get there. And that's really important. So, I just let you know what's happening. What our plan is today. Also, at the end, hopefully I can just pick one of you out and you'll be able to easily see for yourself, or I'll be able to ask you. What are the 3 C's self-esteem? You'll be able to tell me right off the bat. They got to make them capable, they got to contribute, and you got to get them to connect. When you do those 3 things, you're going to have success. So each one of us should be able to do that when we're done. Or hopefully that's our goal. Here's how I started out about 10, 15 years ago. And so you just threw everything together, Matthews. A good posse is something you have to organize. Well, you can change that to Dan MacDonald, and you can put in there self-esteem, because I had a good idea that you got to have it. I went to university and I took some courses and they said you got to be positive. 3 positives to every 1 negative, and I thought, boy, the only problem was when I had them at the negative, that negative I found later on, now that I look back, my 1 negative was big negative. It wasn't a little negative, and it hurt right to the core. So no matter how I had the 3 positives going, it wasn't as big as the 1 negative I had going, and that's where I fell apart. And that's where it was just disorganized. Now, what I hope to give you today is some kind of organization so you can put this thing to work for yourself. Also, I was very lucky, I think, that my last year in Seattle, I got to know George Armstrong. He was then he was scouting for the Quebec Nordiques. And for those of you who are about my age, you know that George was captain of Toronto Maple Leafs for 10 years. He won 4 Stanley Cups, and he also won 2 Memorial Cups. But before he won his second Memorial, or before he won those 2 Memorial Cups, he had a season that wasn't so good. In fact, he did very poorly. And that's where I believe we were at. We were on the poor side in Seattle when I was there. I'm thinking, geez, how do you go from here to there? How do you do that? So I said, George, I got to ask you, how do you go from here to there? And he said, well, every time we were losing and doing poorly, I just told those guys every single day, you guys can do it. One day we will get even with these guys. One day they will watch us. One day you will win it all. I guarantee it. That's what we got right here in this room. And I thought, man, I can do that. You just tell them they're good. I can tell them they're good. That's all it takes, being good at self-esteem. So it's pretty simple. I said, George, you must do something else. And, besides that, fancy systems. Did you get a couple new hockey players? He said, we didn't get too many hockey players. A couple of guys left because they were too old. A couple of guys came into the program. He says, are you having fun? And Rick alluded to the idea of having fun. And I said to myself, well, what do you mean by fun? Like, well, when you lose a lot, there's not a lot of fun, I'm thinking. And he says, well, every day we start with a scrimmage, and you put the sticks in the middle of the ice, and you throw one left, and you throw one right. And we do it for 15 minutes. We just divide up teams, and we have a game. Do you do that? I said, no, don't do that. Got too many things to learn. We've got too many things to work on. I said, well, we got to do that. He said, what else you need, George? That's it. You just got to tell them they're good, and you got to have a little bit of fun. I'm thinking, geez, I can do that. And he says, well, you got to be sincere and honest and genuine with the whole thing. You got to tell them like you mean it. And I could tell by the way he was telling me that he meant it. You could just tell. You could see it in his eyes and the way he expressed himself. So I said, well, geez, you know, is there anything else? You think? He goes, you got a little bit of talent? And I said, well, I always thought I had a little bit of talent. And he says, do they work hard? And I said, well, I think they'll work hard. He goes, that's it. That's all you need. So I said to myself, I can do those things. Why can't I do those things?